Hi everyone, it's Nick. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Okay, in this video today, we are going to be talking about dated interior design trends that I still love. So let's be honest, there is no shortage of people on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or even in the mainstream media that are really excited to tell you that certain interior design trends are dead. And I'm not gonna criticize those people because I am one of those people. Like, I made a living on that. Like, I'm not gonna criticize anybody for doing that. But I will say that there are times when people, not me, have said that certain things are dead, and I disagree. I still love them as much today as I did when they were the hot trendy thing, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. So I thought it would be fun, in the spirit of not taking all this too seriously, to share some of those dated trends that I still get a kick out of. Okay, first up is going to be waterfall countertops. Yes, I know Nate Berkus and his husband don't like waterfall countertops, and no offense to them, they're entitled to their opinion, as I said, but I still love them. I still love waterfall countertops. I think they're a really wonderful way to sort of finish off your kitchen island or even your peninsula, whatever. I think that they're beautiful. The reason I love them is because I said, I think they really do finish it off quite nicely, but I also really love them because they provide a certain like verticality, I think, to the countertop that I really do think is beautiful. So to me, if you're going to be spending a lot of money on marble or granite or quartz countertops, it really is beautiful to take it all the way down to the side in a waterfall. And I just think no matter where you are in your space, you're able to appreciate and enjoy that little pop of a natural stone, which I think really makes the whole space look beautiful. So typically in countertops, you can't really see them unless you're kind of in the kitchen and you're working on the surface or you're really up close. But what I love is that the waterfall, because of that verticality, no matter where you are in the space, you are able to enjoy them. I just think they really are beautiful, and honestly, like a book matched marble waterfall countertop, to me, oof, that is still beautiful and stunning, even here in 2022, even though Nate and others have said that it is over. I don't care. Now, if you must know what is sort of the trendy way to do your countertops, definitely we're seeing a lot in terms of curves, different sort of fluting, and different sort of treatments that you can put on the front and the side of the countertop, which are a little bit different than the waterfall, but I think the waterfall is still beautiful too. I love all these new trends too, by the way. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take part in the new trends. I love trends. They're just really great ideas on like what you can bring into your own home. But I also think that the trends that are no longer in, you know, are still beautiful too. And there's nothing wrong with that, including the waterfall. Okay, next up on my list is going to be pattern tiles. So much has been said about pattern tiles. A lot of people are really tired of these really big, bold, graphic patterned tiles, specifically sort of the Moroccan sort of shape that was very, very popular. I still think they're beautiful. I'm sorry, well, I'm not gonna apologize. I still think they are gorgeous. Now, where I will say is that as a general rule, it is important to remember that subtlety typically ages better, I think, over time than really big, bold graphic design does. I also just think these are really a big, beautiful, and interesting pop of color and pattern into places like laundry rooms, bathrooms, mud rooms, maybe even kitchens, depending on your space. And I just think that they're really beautiful. You can go really funky with your colors here. You can go really interesting with your patterns. I think the more basic patterns are probably more likely to age better over time, but I think that these are beautiful. Normally, when it comes to fixed elements, I would recommend going for something a little bit more subtle and sort of bringing in some of those trendy pieces into core, but I do still think that these are really fun and I still love them, even though some people have said that they're dead and that they are no longer as trendy as they once were. Who cares? I still think they're beautiful. If you've got some of these really funky tiles in your laundry room, I say keep them. They're fantastic. Keep them for years to come. They're still beautiful. Okay, third up, we have the subway tile. So much has been said about the subway tile. I actually said in a video ages ago that I thought the subway tile is a timeless design, and I still stand by that because, you know, tile trends are weird. Like, they tend to come and go. Like right now, the sort of vertical stack tile or sort of those really handcrafted sort of square tiles are really, really popular. The more handmade, sort of the look, the better in terms of like what's really trendy right now. But I mean, the basic 3x6 white subway tile that we have seen everywhere is still beautiful and timeless in my opinion. If you've got that in, say, a kitchen backsplash or you've put that in your bathroom, I say it's still a wonderful design. It is truly timeless because here's the thing, basic shapes in basic patterns always, in my opinion, look good. Yes, sometimes they're a little bit more popular than others, but overall, I think they are really just as beautiful and timeless as ever. So if you're going for a square, a rectangle, a like long and skinny rectangle or a 3x6, like I said, you're going for penny rounds, you're going for hexagons. I think those always are really just sort of basic timeless shapes that I think always really, really look good. So I still love the subway tile. I still would put it in my bathroom today, and it is still a gorgeous pattern. Is it a bit overdone? Sure, a lot of people have put in subway tiles over the last 5 to 10 years. So who cares? It's still beautiful, it's still gorgeous. Yes, much has been said about how it is dead. I don't care, they're still great. Okay, next up on my list of untrendy items that I still love is like any untrendy plant. Much has been said about like the olive tree, fiddly fig tree, the snake plant, the ficus, like whatever you put in your home, in my opinion, is beautiful because plants are inherently timeless. That's their thing. That's like, I'm sorry, but there's always a trendy plant of the moment and people, you know, no longer want the old plants because they're just like, no, we're all done with that one. It's all about whatever the new plant of the moment is. And I just think with plants specifically, that's kind of ridiculous, right? Like it's one thing to have a specific design style that is, you know, a part of a cultural moment that may make sense. You know, for example, like 80s postmodern, if you're really into that, like that kind of makes sense because that's a specific period of time and that's why that design style was trendy. Plants, I'm sorry, they're not. Like, who cares? Like, yes, some plants might work with a specific design style, and if you see a new plant that you see on social media and go buy it, great. But the idea that you're going to somehow like chuck out all the old plants that are no longer trendy anymore, I just think that's stupid. I mean, here's a good example, right? Like, this is from the New York Times just like 2 months ago, so in April. The fiddle leaf fig is dead. What's the new popular plant? I'm sorry, but fiddly figs are not cheap. And you know what? Bobby Burke told you to get one a few years back. And now if you read that article and you're gonna all of a sudden go like, well, I don't want the untrendy plant, and you're gonna kill your fiddle leaf or something, all to go with the new trendy plant. And by the way, I don't even need to click on the article. I'm sure it's Gwyneth Paltrow's black olive tree because it's been all over social media. Yes, I know the olive tree is the new trendy plant. I don't care. Like, if you love an olive tree, great, go put it in your home. But inevitably, in 2-3 years, there's gonna be another trendy plant. Do not kill your olive tree just because of some other stupid trend that's coming down the road. I love design trends. They're great for new ideas that you want to maybe bring into your home. Some of them you can just let them pass you by and that's fine too. I love new ideas. I love trends. I think they're great. Plants don't need trends really, in my opinion. Great new ideas. Don't check out the old ones. All the untrendy plants are just as beautiful, just as timeless as ever. Just make sure you have ones that are easy to water because like who wants to deal with the maintenance of a really high maintenance plant? That's more important to me than trendy. Okay, and then next up here we have mid-century modern furniture. You knew it was coming. So I love modern furniture and I do still love mid-century modern. I think it is still beautiful, still love it. Many people have said the demise of mid-century modern, that it's dead, it's all about postmodern now, it's all about sculptural, it's this new wave of postmodern. People are bored with the mid-century, they spit on the mid-century. Many people have said that it's over and done and whatever. Cool. I still love it. And to me, it is just good design. Yes, traditional design is beautiful too. Not my taste, but it is beautiful. But mid-century is also beautiful. I love the simple, clean lines. I love sort of the basic shapes, the geometric shapes. I just really, really love mid-century modern. I don't care that it is no longer the trendy design style of the moment. Now, I will also say that is there something to be said for everybody's space kind of looks the same? Yes, which is why there are really interesting ways that I think that you can update or add some personality to a mid-century space, right? Obviously you can do it through art, but you can also mix in different interior design styles. In fact, about 2 years ago, I did a video on mid-century modern, and I even said, I believe in that, I don't remember what I say in half these videos, but I know I said this in this video. I said that if you go too heavy into the mid-century, it starts to look a little bit themey and a little bit like the Jetsons or a little bit like kind of 1950s TV show. And I stand by that because there is something about this style that feels very locked into a period of history. So I do think that if you still love mid-century like I do, can we be a little bit more creative? Absolutely. Bring in different design styles, mix in different design styles, do it in sort of interesting ways, add some of your own personality in there. Absolutely, you can do all that, but I don't think mid-century is dead. I think mid-century is a design style that definitely was everywhere in the 2010s. It has that sort of millennial quality to it, and I do think as the Gen Zs are coming on board that they are not loving the mid-century because it represents something that came before them. That's how trends work, right? It's always that swing of the pendulum. But I think it is beautiful, timeless, gorgeous design. I'm not gonna apologize for it. I'm still gonna recommend modern products all the time to you guys because I still love them. But yes, we can do it in more interesting and elevated ways than maybe that we've seen in the past. That's all good, but there's nothing wrong with mid-century. It's still beautiful. Okay, that's it for me for today, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'm gonna throw here to my trendy and timeless playlist. If you liked this video, you might really like that one too, because I share different items that I think are trendy and timeless, like subway tiles, which, let's be honest, are timeless. I'll see y'all in that video. Thanks a lot. Bye.